Hi everyone, I'm Tommy Titus and welcome to Tommy's Universe. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Who versus Who. I'm joined again by my time lady, Liz. How are you, Liz?
Hello. I'm quite all right. How are you?
I'm okay. I've managed to change my room around, so it looks a bit different. Took me the whole day yesterday to do it, mind. A bit exhausted from that. But I started filming and I realized I don't have anything about Doctor Who behind me. So I had to move my
You
poster.
kind of. Oh, okay, yeah. So you got that there.
TARDIS behind you. And what do you have behind you today? Oh, I can see some.
Oh, I have Chuck Norris
Chuck
today.
Norris.
He signed it. You can just barely see. He signed it. It's my brother's, but he felt that we needed Chuck Norris today, so we have.
You know
Chuck
what?
Norris
That'd be a
today.
great episode if Chuck Norris was in Doctor Who. I think it needs to happen. I think like Doctor needs to go back into the 80s or something.
That's the major American Doctor Who crossover we actually need.
It would be really cool. Right, so
Yes.
this is the Arena Part 2 episode of Who versus Who. And last week we had the Dalek who won the last arena.
Yeah.
Well done to the Dalek. He wiped them all out. Superior race there. So now...
Oh, the Daleks would be very proud.
Now we have a bunch of other, so you say, villain enemies of Doctor Who to fight against each other in our arena.
Yes.
So I put the arena back up in the middle of us to show what the arena looks like again. So it's the same one, same idea from last week. We have deserts, grasslands, snow, and the woods, all different type of zones they can all go to. And also we have the power stations in case they need power. So we see who we have for this episode. So we kick off with we have the remnants. I saying correct?
Yeah. That's correct. Yeah.
The headless monks, emoji bots, the Dream Lord. We have Zygons. We have Centaurians, in it.
Centaurans,
yes.
Yeah, there's no I.
And we have Weeping Angel. Oh my gosh, that's scary. And we have the Sabine.
Yeah.
It's quite a fun bunch.
Strong contenders.
Yeah, there's some strong contenders in there. And yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. So once again, we have different, should we say, scenarios to happen in our arena. Yeah. So I have a spinner like we had last week. That helped really well. So we will spin it when it comes, I think, sort of 10 minutes into the game. And just the same last week, we have all different things going on there. I will spin it. We have an earthquake. We have power cuts, sandstorm, snow blizzard, forest fire, and we also have the Doctor that turns up. Dun, dun, dun. So I will click start on the clock.
Cool deal.
and we will get this battle started. Right. First thing to discuss, Liz, just like last week, is who's going to fight and who's going to hide straight away.
Well, I think one thing we need to establish is the time of day.
Exactly. That
because it
makes sense.
matters to the remnants. So
Okay.
I feel like that's the first decision that has to be made. Like, is it to give them all a kind of equal footing? Is it nighttime?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think.
Or are we going to say that it's nighttime in 2 rounds or whatever?
Yeah, I think that'd be a nice idea. Definitely.
Right.
To put that when we get, like, should we say, halfway through, maybe like 15 minutes,
right.
We'll change the time of day.
Unleash the remnants.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's a good idea.
All right. Awesome.
So they're obviously they're hiding now, aren't they? That's the idea.
Yeah.
They're there, but they're just.
Yeah, they're just. Yeah, they look like bits of cloth on the floor. So
the headless monks. What do you think the headless monks will be doing? Do you think they're going to straight away fight or go and hide?
I think the headless monks are going to fight.
Yeah, they're quite.
I think they're going to go straight in with either the energy blasts or the Doctor Who version of the lightsaber.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be their MO for this one.
I think so, yeah, definitely. Because in that episode when we saw them, with the finding out who River's song was, that episode, you remember? And yes. they were sort of going kicking ass to fights in the beginning, weren't they? In that episode, we saw them in action for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's obviously an order. They've been there for centuries.
Yeah, but there's just one, right? We're just
just the one of the headless monks. Okay. Yeah.
Want to make sure that it's clear in case somebody didn't watch the last one.
Oh yeah.
I want to make sure it's clear. There's one of these things. We're referring to them as a multiple thing because they are a multiple thing in the Caribbean universe, but in fact,
just
now
the one of the headless monks. Yeah. Okay, so we have the headless monk. He would fight straight away.
Yeah, I would also say that we can go ahead and clear up that until the platform clears, the Weeping Angels can't do anything.
Yeah, I think it's like the remnants is just staying there, just like
they're
we're just a statue. We're just a statue. Yeah, just carry on,
Well, and I mean, these things don't know how they got there, presumably.
Yeah.
And so they've just appeared on this platform in the center of the water there.
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't know that that's not just a feature of the platform.
Yeah, it could be.
That there's a statue there, and
already,
at some point, in some previous battle, somebody left some cloth flying around.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't think necessarily that anybody would immediately attack the things that currently don't look like things.
Exactly. Oh, I think
entities. Unless, and this is a question that I was thinking of when I was going through the notes. The remnants, they what's the word I'm looking for? They're organic, right?
Yeah.
So, can the Slovene smell that they're alive? That was a question that I had.
Yeah.
Because the Slovene are very much like hunters of smell and all that stuff, and obviously it's going to help them when they go after things like the Zygons and the Sontarans, who have so much testosterone and all that kind of stuff coursing through them that they, are going to go after them. But do the remnants smell of cloth, or do they smell like?
I think like a living thing. I think they probably smell, a cloth, but I think. They probably smell a death smell.
I just want to make sure we establish.
Yeah, I think they probably smell a death or something, I think, because they were made in a lab and they've killed so many things.
So cloth and decay, or is that what we're going to say they smell like?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got, all right, so the Slovene are not going to attack the remnants first off.
Yep.
And nobody is attacking the Weeping Angels because
No.
it's a Weeping Angel
Because
because
they
it's a
just
statue.
they look like a statue, yeah.
And we're not going with the idea of trying to figure out which one of these people has ever encountered a Weeping Angel before, because that will just make our brains explode. Okay, so I've given a couple of people who aren't moving or are moving. Who do you think is also going to like immediately start blasting?
I believe
swiping or whatever, depending on who they are.
Zygons and the Centaurans, sorry, has they're gonna join in this fight with the Headless Monks or Savine, because obviously they counter, they do a risk assessment type of thing, I think, in their heads of fighting, especially the Zygons as well. Like, yeah, and Savine, like all these Centaurians, Zygons, and Savine are very like, they don't fight. They know what they're putting into. I think they're in that room and they're like, oh, there are enemies around me. I'm gonna have to win this, to survive.
I think the Savine would leave so they could hunt them, because right now they're outnumbered. They have all of these bad guys they're up against.
Yeah.
I think the Slovene would leave, and I think they'd go to the forest.
Okay. That's a good idea.
And I think they want to maneuver and hunt the other people rather than like a straight out just like firepower versus brute strength fight there.
That shows a lot, because also in the episodes they were in, trying to take over, Britain as a prime minister, for instance. There was thought into that, it wasn't just like straight into battle. And
also you'll find, like, I remember from when they were hunting, everybody, in 10 Downing Street, like the ritualistic nature of it, how much they enjoyed the hunt.
Yeah, they didn't.
And so I feel like the Slovene are going to go to the forest to get a better position to hunt whoever makes it out of this initial conflict.
Okay, so we've got Savine to go to the woods and the forest, and I think the emoji bots, for instance, and we're talking about the angry emoji bots, okay?
Yeah, the ones who, if you see you frowning, are going to try to hug you to death.
I don't think it would last that long in the very beginning stage. If you go,
no, and I think the fact is that they would immediately go for the Zygons, because their mouths are kind of naturally downturned. And the doctor got away with it by being sad by smiling.
Yeah, so I think that's right.
The Zygons, until they take on another form, look so miserable that I think the emoji bot is really going to go for the Zygon. I think.
I know that makes sense, and I believe the Zygons would have win that scenario.
Oh yeah, we're back to electricity versus a robot.
But
they have electricity. They have electricity from their hands. What are we going to do? I mean,
we should discuss.
We're going to go for them, and they're going to.
I think we just also discuss the Dream Lords at the moment, because the Dream Lords is very hard to discuss because. But I believe I
have thoughts as well about that. So.
Oh, brilliant! Please say, because I have no idea.
Okay, so if we're gonna say now, I would say in the interest of our story, like in the interest of us making this work, I'm gonna say that the first shots are fired before the Dream Lord anything. The Dream Lord is reconnaissance, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the thing is that the remnants have consciousness, and so they can be affected by the Dream Lord, because the Dream Lord is psychic pollen, right?
Yeah.
But the Weeping Angels, being quantum locked while nobody's looking at them, cannot be affected by the Dream Lord.
That's.
And if everybody goes to sleep, then the Weeping Angel will have a second to do something before it becomes affected by the Dream Lord's powers, I think. That's just my
And that
thought.
makes sense. That makes sense.
But I think the remnant's going to end up in the dream state.
A dream state. Okay, so we have the Slovene. They've gone to the
Yeah.
forest. We
Yeah,
have
their first move is they leave.
they went to go and hide. We have Weeping Angels. They're technically hiding because they're just being quantum locked, like you said, acting like a statue.
Yeah.
We have the also the remnants. They're also asleep, should we say? We have the Zygons and Centaurians, headless monks, and emoji bots in the middle right now.
Yeah.
With the Dream Lord, obviously, as well.
But the Dream Lord is psychic pollen. He doesn't really take up particularly a lot of, and we're assuming that he's settled on some kind of power source that makes it work.
Yeah, we should say that
you have to have the source of the power.
The power stations, I think we could probably maybe say agree with, like, that's where it gets its power to make this dream happen. Okay, so we've got those four. Are in the center, or have the hunger to fight each other.
Yes.
And you're saying the emoji bots will obviously take Zygons as a threat and go towards the Zygon
because they look miserable.
Yeah,
and that's their motivation.
I think then Zygon would obviously win against the emoji bot. So can I be okay
clearly easily
to say that for it?
Yes, I would say the emoji bot's totally gone.
Okay, all right. So now we just got into
as 10 unfortunately they were was destined to happen to them.
We just got to 10 minutes. So on the 10 minutes, we were saying now after that beginning bit, that first of 10 minutes in the arena, how it would go down.
Yeah, we still haven't discussed what the first move of several of the other ones are, though. But let's see.
No, but they ran out of time. But we can say that they're still fighting. They're still like having won, but they're against each other still in the middle. So we have the emoji bots. Unfortunately, you've been killed by a Zygon, by a Zap. There we go. And we're discussing now who would team up with who. So I believe just to get them out of that middle, I think the headless monks, Centaurians, and Zygons would probably who within that group of them who would sort of team up and who would go solo.
Well, it could, if you were going to have a team at all, it'd have to be the Zygons and the Centaurans, because the headless monks are going to going to agree with the way. No, but I mean they have like a way of talking. But what I'm saying though is that the Zygons and the Centaurans are both, warrior races in that sense.
Yeah.
And
so they can come together.
The headless monks don't want to use strategy and all that kind of thing. They want to be led 100% by their heart. And so they would look down on the way the Centaurans and the Zygons conduct themselves. I
agree. So if the Zygons and Centaurans teamed up, where would they go on the map, you think? Because don't forget the Zygon could turn into a Centaurians, eventually. So that's another scenario down the road. But the beginning, where would you think
they didn't have the initial moment to do that before anybody noticed, though, because they had to fight out the emoji bots who immediately went for them. Where'd they go? I want to say that it's the forest is strategically better for hiding.
Yeah.
But they're not really hiders.
No.
I mean, the Zygons are infiltrators. But they're
really
not
proud of who they are.
Yeah, and so I'm thinking maybe the grasslands, and my reasoning for that is that the snow would be too harsh for one of them, and the sand would get in the other one's armor.
Cool. Okay, so we
So
have.
that's my whole
I know-
reasoning for
I
that.
agree with that because it makes sense with them. They want to set up camp in a field, like a military base, whatever. So they would naturally go to an open plan base so they can sort of plan what's going on. So we've got
Yeah.
the Zygons and Centaurians.
Mhm.
They've moved now to the grasslands. Where do you
Yeah.
think the headless monks are gone? It's going solo at the moment.
I think just going 100% from the standpoint of following your heart and not your head so much that you cut it off now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just gonna follow them to try to kill them.
So I think they could be going
And I
tracking
think
down
that's an
the
option.
Sabine. Maybe I think they might go and track down the
Oh, you think they're gonna go
Sabine.
after the Slovene?
Yeah, because I think
Okay.
like they've now just came across the Zygons and Centaurians, and they didn't win in that battle scenario.
Yeah. Well, I guess the not knowing the Slovene, they're looking at the Slovene as one foe versus two, I guess.
Yeah. So I think the headless monks have gone to the woods. Okay. So it leaves the now really cleverly we've gone to our 15-minute marker.
Oh, okay.
So out of nowhere,
So something happened.
The headless monks and Zygons and Centaurians, they've left that middle zone at a good time before we hit the 50 minutes. So
yeah. So currently
now it's gone to the time of day has changed. So now the remnants of a form. They can move. They are who they are now. So I believe at the very beginning, like the weeping angels are still a statue, okay? Because it knows something's watching them, but it doesn't know what,
But what's watching them?
That's I don't know. So they could be like, I think like maybe this coming out of the statue and it's seeing what's happened, and you see the emoji bot on the floor. It's now that's turned into a hunting for its prey now. In a way, it's like sensing where to go. So,
but I guess what we need to figure out though is this where the Dream Lord starts?
Yeah, I believe so. So like,
because if that happens, then the minute the angel becomes not stone, it and the remnants who have now woken up,
so they
are off to dreamland.
Yeah, so I think the Dream Lord is put them in a trance.
Okay.
And just like the Dream Lord episodes with Dr. Amy and Rory, they're all in it together. So there could be a scenario that the remnants and the weeping angel are in a dream together, and they're dreaming of the same like scenario.
Now I guess this is another odd question to think about.
Yeah.
When the angels aren't stone, can they be throttled to death?
Yeah, I think because in a dream, innit, they we know they're in a human form, aren't they? As an angel form, but they have a neck.
We never see them in their moving state.
No, not really. No, like so
we only see them in their stationary state. So if they are flesh and blood when they're not being observed, and something that isn't technically observing them, I know we're in a dream, but like something that's not technically observing them can kill them.
I think the summarize.
I mean, in the dream, it's not you're not killing them in real life.
I think that's the thing. I think to quickly summarize that scenario is the remnants and the weeping angels are in a dream, still fighting each other, but the remnants obviously is what it was made from originally, or it has a conscience of a form of somebody, like we've seen, like we knew that scientists made them, so they have the knowledge of the scientists. You remember, like, because they all came together to create their like a worst thing ever. So they have a conscience, and in a dream you could be anything, can't you? So I think it could be a human form wrapped like a mummy type of idea with that bandage.
Oh, okay.
And the weeping angels are moving and are not statues, but they look like statues, like, but they are an angel form. I believe the remnants in the stream will somehow kill the weeping angel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The weeping angel then wakes up.
Yeah.
And then understands what's happening. And then it just sees the remnants on the floor, still alive, but dreaming, because it's still, because it's not going to kill itself.
Yeah.
It's just denial.
No,
it
and there
thinks
really
it's one.
isn't a way for it unless it flies into fire or acid or something. I can't see how it would destroy itself.
I think the remnants would like the weeping angel would just obviously use its only power is just to zap it somewhere in time.
Okay. I think that makes sense.
So I think that comes to a defeat. Just to try it, because it's quite hard to put those in a battle. But having the idea of the remnants thinking it's one, because it just killed the weeping angel in a dream.
Yeah, but the remnant does in fact go back in time to a place where it isn't on the platform.
Yeah, or it's different time and space and anywhere.
Yeah,
because that's how the angel.
Who knows where? I mean, the remnant will be back on its original planet.
Yeah.
Who knows when? Maybe before they were invented. It'd be really weird.
We just the BBC writers are listening in right now. How we can get out of Chibnall's disaster episodes. Right, so Weeping Angel has just won the battle. Now it sees the Dream Lords for who it is. Okay.
Can it send Colin back in time?
I don't know.
That's the question.
That's the question.
But can it? And I guess the other thing that we just haven't decided on is like, does the Dream Lord travel from power station to power station? Is only affects the people in its immediate area?
I think it has a decision. I think now when the Weeping Angel just defeated my dream state, I'm gonna leg it feeling, because it's a mischief type of character. It just it knows where it's not going anywhere, and so I believe the Dream Lord now will go to a zone, and if you want to, if you need some help, I was thinking we could just spin the zone wheel just to give us an idea where it goes.
Well, there's no power in the grasslands.
Yeah, so that's the only zone it could go to and get defeated at the moment.
Immediately, because it wouldn't be able to do powers properly.
I'm going to spin the spinner and see, just to give us an idea where it could go, just to give us some help.
Yeah.
So spinning the spinner. Oh. Okay, so it's gone to the desert.
On the desert.
So the Dream Lords has gone to the desert. Weeping Angel.
So Slovene wants to get across to the Sontarans and the Zygons. It'll have to pass through the.
It'll have to pass through the. Yeah. So we have the Weeping Angel, and just so
if it goes the northern route,
so the Weeping Angel can move freely without being seen, I believe then it would just go to the snow zone. It's the last zone to go to, and nothing else there. So Weeping Angel,
because it can't be.
Yeah, it doesn't want to be as observed.
I think it would go there initially, but then I think it'll edge towards the forest, because then you can be someplace and not necessarily be seen.
Be seen. That's true. So
but going immediately, because otherwise, if they go straight to the forest, though, they could walk right into the Slovene. Yeah. Whereas if you go to the snow first, then you can make your approach.
Yeah.
I think
exactly.
Makes
sense.
We
have
sorry,
so we have, just a recap for people to keep following us. We have the remnants in the remnants has been defeated. Okay.
Yes.
Headless monks, you've gone to the woods.
Yeah,
believe.
I think we're gonna have to deal with that soon because now I've got two people who aren't lined up with each other in the same area.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to deal with that next.
And we have the emoji bots. They're out as well. We have the Dream Lord. He's gone to the desert. We have Zygons and Centaurians teamed up in the grasslands. And we have the Weeping Angel in the snow zone. And the Savine is also in the woods, in the forest, like with the headless monks. So, Liz, just to be a buzzkill, we've now gone to after our 5-minute marker, we're going to have to go to the game changer wheel.
Good.
Already.
No, I think we're ready for it. I think we're ready for it.
I think we are. So, got the other wheel back out. This is called the game changer. So I'm going to spin, try and focus it in the camera. I don't think I'm very good today with that. Oh, let's do it that way so my hand's not twisting.
There we go. Oh, see, now I can see it.
Okay, so I'm going to spin. Again, there we go. Oh, my Lord.
Oh.
So there's a power cut.
So
and we agreed.
How long is the Dream Lord out?
It's gone. Power's gone. Like there's no power anymore.
There's no power at all anymore?
No, it's gone.
Then the Dream Lord is toast.
Yeah. So we agreed that the Dream Lord is only because obviously in the episode of the Dream Lord, the particle dust was getting its energy from the center of the TARDIS, really. You know, the console area down by there. It's burning. It's taking its energy and power to put people in the status there. So we're saying the power stations are the same idea. So now it's been a power cut. It's gone. He's been defeated.
I think that's got to be the answer.
So that helps us. So the Dream Lords, you have gone. You have lost. So
power cut didn't even affect us last time.
No. So you have the emoji bots and the Dream Lords have gone, basically, haven't they?
And the remnants.
And the remnants, yeah.
They're gone too.
Oh, they're still, I think they're still there. They're still there, aren't they? No, they're gone.
We said the remnants were...
Yeah, the Weeping Angels.
The remnants were sent back in time.
Oh, yeah.
The Weeping Angels took out the...
I'll put
remnants.
some, you know...
No, I've got them crossed
Thank
out.
you. I got some time travel vortex. Bad timing for the remnants there. So remnants, emoji bots, and the Dream Lords, you're gone. Now, let's spin the spinner again and see what else happens, and then we'll it helps us finding out what's happening.
Yeah.
I do a little dance, I think, sometimes with this in my hand. Okay, so spinner. Earthquake. Okay, we have an earthquake.
Okay.
There's nothing there I would think would suffer from an earthquake.
I have a thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's earthquake everywhere, right?
Yeah, in all the zones, yeah.
Well, the Centaurans and the Zygons would be similarly affected because we talked about it being bipeds, presumably, primarily.
Yeah.
But the Slovene move with their arms, their long arms as well.
Yeah.
And I think that if the headless monks faltered, the Slovene would go in.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because now you got the headless monks.
I think that's a definite.
In the woods, and there's trees there.
And everything. In the woods, and they're already hunting for the headless monk.
Yeah, well,
because even though they don't register as alive, they do smell alive because they're still bodies.
Yeah, exactly. So you're saying the Savine will stumble from a tree or anything?
I think the headless monks are going to stumble, and
so the headless monks will stumble, and the Savine will take its
step in. They're fast too.
They're fast. I think that definitely could happen. Definitely. So we have another one. Headless monks. You've been.
Yep.
You're out.
Sorry, guys.
So
that's what you get for being bipeds.
So we're recapping again. We have Zygon Centaurions. So sounds like a new Shakespeare play. Has just they're in the grasslands, being best buddies. So
Wow.
Pretty bragging about their best
Secretly,
battles and stuff.
they're plotting against the other one. But,
Like, I conquered this planet. No, I conquered that planet. So, and we have the headless monks.
I don't want to have that conversation.
Headless monks. You're still in the woods. We have the weeping angels.
The headless monks are gone.
Oh, sorry.
Headless monks just fell to the Slovene.
So the headless monks, you just have been defeated in the forest, in the woods. The Slovene, you're left in the woods. That
means that the top half are gone and the bottom half are still there.
Oh, yeah. And the weeping angels, you're in the snow zone. And that's it, really.
Yeah, we only have 4 contenders left, and 2 of them are currently
Should we spin the spinner?
Alliance.
We've gone to another couple more minutes in. So once again, wrong hands.
I think the Weeping Angels are gonna have to move soon though, because I think that's what they would do.
I think so. I think they're just having a right. There we go. Oh. The doctor lands. So I'm gonna bring out the zone.
Find out where that happens. That'll definitely affect these people. And they will run.
Here's the zones. Oh, there we go.
Doctor.
Grasslands. So the doctor has just landed in the grasslands. In the grasslands at this moment, we have Zygons and Centaurians. So they don't like the doctor. So they are gonna.
Although to be fair, none of the remaining ones have a high opinion of the doctor. Well, I mean, none of them have a good opinion of the doctor.
No, there's not a good moment for the doctor. No.
Good, no.
So they're gonna basically exit from the grasslands. Now, they can't go in the middle again, so they only can go the desert way or the snow way. At the moment, we still have the Weeping Angels in the snow zone, but we have nothing in the desert zone. But they don't know that. Yeah. So should we do a spinner again to find out maybe what direction they go in? We have desert and snow. So I'm going to do a spin quickly and see where they're going to go. Makes our mind up quicker. Oh, they've gone to the desert. So they're off to the desert. There you go. Wow, it's like cat and mouse now at the moment. So the Time Lords the Doctor's in the grassland. So none want to go there anymore. So yours, I think earlier was saying,
they won't even pass through that anymore.
Yeah, earlier was saying that the Weeping Angels will slowly go to the woods. Correct? It has to now. It can't go the other way. So now that we have the Savine and the Weeping Angels in the woods.
Yeah.
What do you think that outcome will happen in there?
Well,
because the only way of defeating a Weeping Angel, that's the one thing. How would you defeat a Weeping Angel without it being defeated by a natural cause? And it's just a battle against a battle.
Yeah, because when it comes up against it, it's just to try to smash it, right? I mean, that's all it really can do.
And also, you remember that episode with River Song in it when she was in New York, and they managed. She looked away, and they managed to grab the wrist. If you remember. Yeah. And it's obviously really tight on her, as she had to break her wrist to get out of it. So. It obviously can hurt somebody. Now we know it can hurt somebody, not just zap somebody back. We know it can hurt
and they also, when I was going through it again, I was reminded that if they are at full power, they occasionally snap people's necks.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. No one said the Weeping Angels were quality people to hang out with.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, and I think that happened in the one where they were in that ship.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The River Song thing.
yeah.
So uh so there's that. So it would just be purely a matter of
And it's
when
obviously
it's moving, it would have a smell that the Sontaran, I mean, that the Selene can go after. But then when the Selene see it,
yeah,
all they can do is hurt it. But if it feeds, it regenerates.
yeah, and
So it's a tough one, I think.
it's a tough one. Yeah, I think the Weeping Angels would get rid of the Sabine big time.
They yeah, I mean, it's the only thing that the Selene has going for them is that they could smell them when they weren't being observed.
Yeah, and they can't.
But then I don't even know if they'd know if that was the thing that they were smelling.
Yeah, or running away from as well.
Because now it's stone and it doesn't smell like that anymore.
And in the episode Blink, how well a Weeping Angel can chase something,
yeah,
and make that person
I think,
so vulnerable, like
because it's got confused quite a bit.
Yeah, because they're getting confused and everything.
I do think that's a
because they haven't got any help from the doctor. The Savine, nothing, and I don't think the Savine would have any chance against Weeping Angel, sadly.
Yeah,
so,
I think
I'm going to call it. I'm saying bye-bye to Savine. Sorry, Savine, you have lost. So that only leaves now a Weeping Angel in the woods, and a Zygon and a Sartarion having a lovely day at the beach in the desert.
Now we talked about last time how there was some way that they knew when things were gone.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think we are reaching the end of the partnership between the Zygons and the Sontarans.
Yeah, I think I will just spin the spinner one more last time, just to give us some help to know what game changer could happen in this arena. Because you never know, we could have another doctor or anything could happen. So we're going to spin.
Snowstorm would be bad. It is. That's what it is.
Okay, so we have a snow blizzards. But thankfully,
because they're in the forest now.
Yeah. So.
All right. So nothing.
Well, the Zygon and Centaurians were in the desert, and
and the Weeping Angels are in the forest, so nothing.
So they can't. Yeah. So Weeping Angel can't go to the snow zone.
Yeah.
So it's gonna. I think just head towards the desert then, like that's the only way possible.
Yeah. So the thing about that is that once it leaves the forest, it can be observed from a distance.
Yeah. So now
I don't know if it's going to leave that or if it's going to wait, because if all of them know when people are defeated, then eventually, if they know that there's one more, whoever the winner is in the Zygon Sontaran thing is going to go after the Weeping Angel.
Exactly. But I think now, Zygon and Sontarans have knowingly, like you said earlier, a lot have been taken out of this game now. So they get into the I could be the winner of this, Yeah. Because they've got both got personalities of wanting to win.
Oh yeah. Both of them, well, you can almost see it happening simultaneously on their faces.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where we are.
Okay, so a Zygon, I think a Weeping Angel, and slightly gets its way to the desert without being seen, like from a blink of one of their eyes, gradually.
Okay, so it's the edge of the desert they're on.
Yeah, so they're sneakily getting there. And I believe the Zygon and Centaurian will have an argument of who should go to see the doctor or not.
Now, just thinking though, if the weeping angel has appeared on the edge of the forest, then the Sontarans and the Sontaran and the Zygon now know that it's not a statue.
Yeah, and it's coming
because
closer
it was
and closer.
not there before.
By every blink of your eye.
I think the Sontaran would try to shoot it.
Yeah.
I think he would try to blast it.
An enemy at the gates, it would be like.
I think he would try to blast it to dust.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like with it.
I think that would be its MO because because the Zygons, they can shoot venom. They've got like venom things. They've got electricity from their hands, but Sontarans just have ray guns.
Ray guns. So yeah.
I think, and they've been known to disintegrate things. So
you think Sontarans would zap a weeping angel?
I think the Sontarans would. I think that they would zap the weeping angel until it was dust. Now, in the long run, it could come back, but when when what we're doing, that it would be considered to be defeat. I think
that's right. So I agree with that because you see how a Sontarian every time it sees something that's not a Sontarian in a way of thinking. Anytime it sees its enemy, it wants to fight them. We remember that episode with the Doctor when he's at his grave, the TARDIS grave, when the stars were going out, and that lovely Sontarian then just like forgot that the Doctor was his friend, and forgot the other allies he had then were his friends as well.
Yeah.
And then started wants to fight.
Yeah.
So it sees anything as an enemy. It sees it as an enemy, and I think that would happen as well. So I'm going to say bye-bye, Weeping Angel.
Yep.
Sadly, you're gone. You're one of my favorites monsters of Doctor Who.
They're a great monster.
Yeah.
They really are. They're proper creepy. They're well thought out.
Yeah, I think they need their own spin-off program. That's all I'm saying.
But I also feel though that it's nice that they're not going on to the final.
Yeah.
Because that's I think less interesting and more difficult scenario.
It would be.
And so I'm kind of glad that we're ending up here with warrior races.
Brilliant.
So we've got 2 warrior races left. We're gonna fight each other out.
I'm gonna just spin the spinner again, just for some fun. As I said, the last time was the last time, but I'm gonna do it again because this is quite a hard battle now. So here we go. Spinner spinning. Okay, that's cool. There's a forest fire, so they're not in the forest.
So basically, what they're saying though is that they cannot leave where they are.
Yeah.
Because the Doctor is behind them. And forest fires ahead.
So that's confirmed it. Right. So a Zygon who are best mates with a Sontaran can't leave that zone. Confirmed double now by a forest fire and the Doctor on the other side of the green, and they can't go in the middle. So I think the Zygon would would try to change into a Sontarian, I think, just because I think that's the only defense it has, because it's not good, because now he's just seen a Sontarian just
kill. It can look like this Sontaran because Sontarans are clone.
They can only trust the other Sontaran. Can only trust another Sontaran, can't they?
So then, are we saying that the Sontaran trusts him, turns his back, and gets hit in the pelvic vent?
That sounds like a comedy now. By a saucepan.
No, but you know what I mean. It was a mallet in one of the episodes, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. The mallet. Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, is that where we're going with that? And honestly, even if they interrogate, I mean, the Zygons have venom barbs in their hands that can stun, maim, or kill. They've got venom in their tongues.
Yeah.
If the Zygons decide to turn into a Centauran while the Centauran's back is turned, shooting down the Weeping Angel, then
because he'd be obviously focused on the Weeping Angel at this time being, and celebrating itself.
Well, he's got to shoot it. He's got to blast it to.
And the Zygon at that time could be just changing into another Centaurian.
Yeah.
Just so when it turns around, it's I've been waiting for my backup, like.
Yeah.
And then sooner or later, the Zygon would take out the Centaurian, I think.
Well, and they would know their weakness because now they've.
Yeah. So
I think that's it.
I know.
I think we're there.
So we come to a conclusion, everyone, that the Zygon would have won this arena battle part 2. Like, I would never have guessed.
I could not have predicted that. Yeah.
So
the Daleks were not a surprise.
Yeah, it was not a surprise. But
although I don't think I could have said who was going to win out of this.
No.
Yeah.
So for our next episode, we have the Dalek versus the Zygon. So I'm gonna put my head together and try and create a new arena, but with a sort of a gauntlet type of idea as well.
Yeah,
but like the Ninja Warriors.
Tailored to who they are.
Yeah, so we have, if you see Ninja Warriors as well, that's like another idea of what they have to go through to try and be the last one standing. So
the ultimate Doctor Who villain.
Yeah. So
although the Master would have something to say about that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna focus on that for the next episodes. Well, thank you, Liz, for helping us or come to a conclusion of who would win this episode.
My pleasure.
No worries. That's it for this episode. From me, Tommy TARDIS, and Time Lady Liz. We see you next time in the future.